Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tallulah. I'm Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria, but I live in the UK now. I've lived in the UK longer than I've lived in Nigeria though, so I guess I'm British Nigerian. Anyways, I love all things Nigerian, especially Nollywood. I love the movies. It gives me a sense of home. It allows me to escape my reality and just, have a bit of fun whilst I wind down and just enjoy my Saturday or evening after work. So on this channel, I'm going to try and essentially review a lot of the Nollywood movies. A lot of them, well, some of them are good, right? A lot of them I find quite egregious. The storylines very, very problematic. So those are the stories that I want to be reviewing. Those are the stories that I want to be looking at and just discussing that and how that relates to, the culture and how that moves it forward and just general opinions around the movie, whether I enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it, if I recommend that you watch it and just rate it at the end. So yeah, let's get into it. The movie we're going to be looking at today is called Buka Girl. It's on YouTube. As of now, 1.6 million people have watched it. So that's actually quite a lot of views. I guess people really do enjoy Nollywood as much as I do. We're going to go through Buka Girl, right? So in this movie, there's four main characters. We have Williams, who is the rich, arrogant, prideful, well-off, wealthy, high status man in society. We have his girlfriend, Whitney, who is a woman who likes to be taken care of. She does not like cooking and she does not like cleaning. We have William's friend, whose name is Dave, okay, who doesn't hold him accountable and, he's just there to kiki kaka with him. And then finally, we have Ekene, who is the Booker girl, the lady who is hustling. She has her own business and she's working hard for her money. So these are the four main characters and literally the people you see on the screen most. Of course, there's other people there, but yeah, they're the four main characters. Right. So Booker girl, right? We have Williams, the rich man who is going out with Whitney. They're living together. They're not married, mind you. They're just living together. And Williams expects Whitney to cook and to clean, to do wifely stuff. Okay. Their story, Whitney and Williams, is a side story. That's not really the main story. The main story is between Ekene, the Booker girl, and Williams, the rich man. So you kind of have two stories going on side by side. Okay, so Williams expects Whitney, his girlfriend, to cook and clean. She doesn't want to do it. And a few times he tells her like cook, like clean, and she's just like, if you want somebody who wants to cook and clean for you, get a maid. Like, I'm not about that life. I'm not doing that. Right. I've been seeing a lot more of that in movies where I guess people live together. I mean, people have been living together for the longest time without marriage. But my thing is, you can't like be living with someone and be expecting them to do all these things for you. And like, okay, I don't feel Whitney is obligated to do all those things for Williams if she's not married to him. But mind you, they're living together, so they're playing house anyway, right? And I find with Nollywood in general, and I don't know if it has to do with Nigerians specifically. They really, really like the men really love for the women to cook, right? And I'm not against like traditional roles by any means, but yeah, he really wanted to cook, and to be fair, he does fulfill the role of what you would expect a man to do in terms of providing. So whenever Whitney does ask him for money, 400,000 naira, 300,000, baby, I need 500,000, he does give it to her, right? And I believe because he provides money to her in that sense, he essentially believes that she should do the other stuff around cooking and cleaning, which I guess could be fair enough to a certain extent, but also you knew the woman you were getting into a relationship with. Like, if she's not that kind of person, I don't know, if she wasn't brought up like that, she's not cooking and cleaning for you. Okay, so clearly he's chosen wrong and she ain't cooking. Dave, who is William's friend, introduces William to Ekene, right, the Buka lady, and yeah, brings her food over one day, and like he eats it, and they're having food together, and he's just like, oh, this is nice. And Dave says, oh, I got it from this, Buka down the road. And he's like, Buka, ew, ugh, 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 but the food is sweet, I can eat it. Anyways, so Dave is like, yeah, I'll give you like the details of the Buka so you can go and, eat there and blah, blah, blah. So Williams goes to Ekene's Buka, and upon getting there, like he sees that, it's not exactly like it's a Buka. They look how they look. It's not like a 5-star restaurant or a 4-star restaurant by any means, but they cook their food and it tastes delicious because she gets customers and people like her food. So Williams, he gets there and he looks at the area and he's just kind of like, ew, what is this? This you cook here?
Ah, my customer. Good morning. Come inside. Rihanna to attend to you.
I'm supposed to come inside and sit in this dirty place.
Anyways, he goes on to like just start essentially disrespecting Ekene and her business, and like she's quite inviting and welcoming, saying, welcome, come in, that kind of stuff. And then he's like, I'm supposed to come inside and eat in this, he calls the place dirty. He says, in this dirty place. And she's like, sir, with respect, are you mad?
Sir, with respect, are you mad? You just came here and you are insulting this place, insulting my workers, insulting my Buka.
Wait, are you mad to ask me if I am mad? Do you know who I am?
So she defends herself, and him as well. Instead of just leaving, he just kind of just stays there, and she's trying to do stuff, clean, get things in place. She had a bucket of water in her hand, and she ends up like pouring it on him, which I believe she shouldn't have done. Like that wasn't necessary, but she pours water on him, and then he's offended and obviously upset, and yeah, maybe rightly so. Okay, so yeah, he goes back, he's upset about it, whatever. He comes back and he demands that you have to wash these clothes for me. Like you poured your dirty water on it, like you have to wash it and dry clean it. And she's like, no, there's dry cleaners down the road, take it there, they'll do it for you. And then he calls her stinky pig, just basically continues to berate her, kind of thing. So he goes because she refuses. So she's standing up for herself, and I like that. I really like that. So she's coming across, Ekene, she's coming across as strong, like she knows herself, she's hardworking, right? Okay, and now what's going on in the background with Williams and Whitney's girlfriend is he's not nice to his girlfriend either. Like he's just not a nice man. This main character, I don't know if they want us to like him, if they want us to fall in love with him, but he's not a nice man. Even with Whitney, he's very rude to her. So he's not nice to her. At one point, he even like strangles her when she goes out on a night out, and he's trying to figure out like, who are you with? Tell me. And then he like, chokes her and stuff. So that's their side story. Williams now goes back and he reports Ekene, Ekene's Buka, her restaurant, her establishment, to the Ministry of Health. So they come, they serve her papers, and they're like, oh, we've heard so and so place, so and so things about your place, and they pick her up. They like literally like pick her, force her out of her restaurant, and like arrest her essentially. I don't even know if they were like real police or whatever. I don't even know if Ministry of Health people can arrest people. Well, that's what they did, Sha. So they arrested her and they took her to this cell, and then he shows up, and then she's like, oh, so it was you that did it, kind of thing. And basically explains to her like, yeah, it was me, I'm gonna make your life miserable, kind of thing. Like, you think you can basically pour water on me and get away with it, kind of thing. And yeah, he's happy with himself. So Williams has now shown his dominance over her and is continuing to show his dominance over her. At one point, after he takes his clothes back and demands that she washes it, and he says no, he's driving his car down the road and she's walking down the road, and he even tries to run her over. At this rate, he's literally berating her, he's literally harassing her, and it's just like, for what? For why? What did this woman do to you? Right? So moving on, right? There was a point again. It's like Ekene's Buka must be the best Buka in town because they keep going back there to eat. His friend Dave, he really likes going to this Buka place to eat. So he brings food again to Williams and they're eating. And he admits that the food is good. It's nice, it's delicious. But he says, oh, you know what? I'm going to humble her. She needs to be humbled. She has too much pride.
She needs to be humble. She has too much pride.
Listen, all I see there is self-respect. Yeah.
The irony in that is a lot because he's the one who has too much pride. He's the one who needs to be humbled. He's the one who's lording his power over this woman, right? Anyways, after he does that, he goes back to buy her plot, her land, because he wants to hold it. And again, he wants to further show that I can destroy you and I will destroy you. And he's actively going out of his way to make sure that he will destroy her. So he buys her plot of land and basically he now owns like her restaurant and stuff. So this scene is the most egregious scene for me in all of the movie. This is the scene that is like the pinnacle of what is problematic about this movie.
Sir,
Get out of my building.
meaning what?
Meaning what? I just acquired this property from the government. And if you do not want to move, I will move you with brutal force. What?
Sir, honestly, when I spoke to you, I was harsh. I know, I was harsh. I did not supposed to be harsh. I'm sorry. I did not mean to insult you, sir. I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? Are you sorry for insulting me? Are you sorry for pouring dirty water on me?
I did not. My mouth was just talking.
Your mouth was just talking. Well, you are about to pay for the consequences of your mouth talking.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Back into my premises. I'm
Sir,
waiting.
please. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I thought you are a passerby. I did not know that you are superior. That will go and bring out paper to come and
All right,
finish
first
me.
of all, I will give you 3 conditions. Number 1, you must accept that you are a pig.
I'm a piglet.
Number 2, you would wash that my clothes, iron it, and return it to me.
Okay, sir.
And also, since this is my property, you will pay me rent monthly if you want to continue to sell here.
Yeah, I just felt so bad for her. And so with this more specifically, I suppose, I guess, as it relates to like maybe Nigeria, I can see this power imbalance. It's probably something that might happen a lot because like I know is it a class? Yeah, there's a class, a big class difference. Like the rich and the poor, there's a clear difference, right? Here, you know, in the UK, yes, obviously there's class as well, and you can tell who is rich and who's poor. But I feel like there's less of a difference in the sense that like a rich person can get on the same bus as you. They might have thousands of pounds in their account and we're going to be catching the same train together. It's not a thing. But I feel like in Nigeria, you know who's who. You know who's rich. They're not blending in. Like, okay, so the plot starts to change now. Williams essentially finds out that Whitney, all the money she's been asking for, she's been giving it to some other guy. So she has a boyfriend on the side and their plan is to scam Williams out of his money. And now that Williams has found out, he breaks up with his girlfriend and he's just like, so this is what you've been doing? And she's like, yeah, whatever kind of thing. Anyways, yeah, so now they broke up and oh, where is he? He's sad, blah, blah, blah. They've broken up, right? Williams is sad. He's down. He's depressed. He's not happy. He's not eating. Of course, he's not eating. Everything is about food for this man. The only thing he cares about is his bloody stomach. Anyways, now his friend Dave is just like, oh, Williams, have you eaten? Oh, you need someone to take care of you kind of thing. And just worried about his friend and whatnot. And so he's just like, oh, like, I'll get food for you. And you would not believe where he goes. He goes to Ekene's Buka. That's where he goes to. And essentially, Dave kind of gets Ekene to like bring Williams food and just like to kind of like care for him, right? And this is the point where like the writing begins to lose me, because I'm like, first of all, and the thing is, Ekene does agree to do this. So she comes to his house, brings him food, and continues to bring him food. And I'm just thinking with her, like, why would you do that? Why would you bring food for this man who has berated you, who has humbled you as he says he wants to do, made you call yourself a pig? Inconsistent, the writing, because I don't believe the Ekene they showed us at the beginning, who was saying, "Sir, with due respect, are you mad?" at the beginning, will now like be bringing food to his house. She doesn't have to do that. And then there's another scene where she delivers food and then she's starting to clean, right? And this is where, he's now beginning, the wool is beginning to fall from his eyes, and he's thinking, oh, this woman, she's nice. She seems humble. Oh, she's cleaning for me and she's bringing food for me. What a lovely woman. Okay, right? So I guess he's starting to fall in love. This is like an hour 20 minutes into the movie, and bearing in mind this movie is like an hour 30 minutes, so you have 10 minutes where they fall in love. After, for the past hour 50 minutes, you've been cussing her, calling her a pig and all sorts of names, and now they want us to believe that they're falling in love. Now at this rate he's fully in love with her. Then he apologizes and he's just like, oh, like, I'm sorry, yeah, like I shouldn't have done this, apologies, like I need you, blah blah blah. And then they kiss. He forcefully kissed her, like I don't think she had a say in it. Invites her to eat with him, and yeah, and then they kiss, and I guess that's them falling in love and all being well with the world. They didn't develop him as a character to really, maybe in a way earn that forgiveness. What are you trying to say as the writer? Like, what's the point of this story? That the rich man, like Williams, got everything that he wanted, and this woman was humbled. There was no need for it. She did nothing wrong. She was a hardworking woman, and Williams literally made her feel less than, and somehow they fell in love. Out of 10, I would give it a fantastic 3, right? That's all it gets from me. Watch it. You might like it. You might disagree with what I've said, but it's not great. It's not good. It's just, yeah, it's just what it is. I hope you enjoyed that review of Buka. The love story we did not ask for and we did not need. If you have any thoughts, anything that you can add, right, that might maybe add to my perspective or just allow me to reflect further, right? So yes, I will be reviewing more. Send me suggestions on movies that you think maybe I should do. Like I said, I will occasionally look at really good movies, but mostly it will be the ones that I find very problematic and quite egregious. So yes, if you did enjoy this, please, I mean, if you stayed to the end, I would hope that meant that you enjoyed it. So thank you for sticking around, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, and see you soon.